What's up, tennis peeps? I'm Jeff Lewis, and this YouTube channel is all about improving your tennis game. Tons of very good coaches have taken the initiative to learn from mentors before them. Tennis coaches before them that have had success developing players and just getting people to hit the ball better. So for this series, we're going to seek out and find some gems from great tennis books and great videos that's going to help us with our tennis game. And we're going to start with my personal favorite, Vic Braden. Tennis 2000 has so much awesome information in it. I didn't have to go deep before I got an amazing tip that's going to help you with your tennis game. Now listen up closely. I'm going to read the tip, and then I'm going to give you a couple ways at the end of the video that you can actually apply it and improve your own tennis game. Ahem. Page 12. When you begin to work on a different grip or a new stroke, you will learn to play a much better game of tennis if you can remember one thing. Try to feel good about feeling crummy, because the crummy feeling that accompanies new and accurate strokes is going to make you famous. So what is it Vic's trying to say there? Well, it's important that you understand there's two ways of getting better. There's a physical way where you're playing better players, you're working on intensity, you're working on shots, you're getting repetition, you're having a bigger ball come at you, you're hitting a bigger ball back at them. That's really a physical way to get better, and that's a very important part of improving. And then there's fundamental changes in your game that have to be made. These are much less fun to fix and much more cognitive. If you have an essential stroke in your game, a forehand, a backhand, a volley, a serve, that just hasn't been consistent in years, you can't get power on it, you can't get it to go in the direction that you want no matter how much you practice, it breaks down under pressure, that's a clue that you have a fundamental change in your game that you need to make. Now, not to say you don't want to build a game around your strength, that's all good and fine, but if you have something serious in your game that you can't get down, they're going to get to that weakness. To fix this, you're going to have to do something you're not going to want to hear. You're going to have to slow down. Yes, dare I say it, you're going to have to think about it. Now, in a perfect tennis world, you could just go down the street to your local pro and have them fix you all up. But unfortunately, there just aren't that many tennis coaches that can get down to the nitty-gritty and have the technical knowledge and know-how to fix these little subtleties that need to be fixed in your game. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a coach in your area, now usually every city has these one outlier coaches that are able to make these changes in your game. Good for you. You need to find them or you have them, great. Well, if you just can't get on that coach's roster because he's too busy or too expensive, here's two ways you can fix your tennis game without that. Number one, film yourself and send it to me. Or send it to a few of the other qualified tennis coaches on YouTube. I think of 2 Minute Tennis with Ryan Reedy, Online Tennis Instruction is very knowledgeable coaches, and I could definitely recommend a few others. But get your video to a qualified coach, have them analyze it with you, give you specific drills to help you. Distance analysis can be powerful, and unfortunately it's a necessary evil in a tennis world which just doesn't have that many good tennis pros. And number two, and I've seen this done multiple times and I'm always impressed when I see it, fix it on your own by still filming yourself, but pick your favorite tennis pro and copy what they do. If you don't like your backhand, whose backhand do you like the best? Put yourself side to side next to them and literally try to mimic the motions of the pros. Now remember, we can't do things exactly like the pros as far as speed and power and how fast they move and how fast they swing, but their fundamentals are actually very efficient. They do this for a living and they make their money from it. So remember, you can get subtle differences from repetition and speed and working hard out on the court. But if one of your essential strokes is so far from being consistent and powerful, that usually means there's a fundamental change that needs to be made. Be willing to slow down, examine yourself, and take the time to make that change. Another very important quote from Vic Braden, and I'm paraphrasing, if the pain of change is greater than the pain of losing, then you're not going to make the change. If it isn't, then you will. So get out there, improve your fundamentals, and you're not going to regret it. Oh, and if you liked the video, could you please subscribe? Please?